Well, I'm alive. Yeah, in case you're wondering where I've been, I'll tell you in, like, the comment in, like, at the end of the video after this review. So, before that, I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite shows. Since it's the anniversary of two of my favorite shows that I like, and two of them are my favorite interests, I'll do a review on both of them. First, let's start with my third favorite thing of all time, being
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, SpongeBob. This is gonna be a bit controversial. No, it's not that he's gay, or that he was. That it was. Or that it was created by nuclear bombs, or Bikini Atoll, and might share a connected universe with Godzilla. Or he might represent the seven deadly sins, or he might actually be part of a YouTuber's web series that's connected to Happy Meat Farms, about a guy who fed a thing called a muse that later becomes SpongeBob. It that doesn't have much to do with SpongeBob. Or that Mr. Krabs is a can. Okay, fine. There's a lot of SpongeBob conspiracy. Something you kind of notice about SpongeBob is that there's kind of a lot of conspiracy theories about it, but that's not the focus. Right now, I'm just looking at the show itself. We'll be looking at the humor, the characters, and the episodes. First, let's start with the episodes. Now, I feel like SpongeBob is probably the earliest of the shows I grew up with. The guys I grew up with. I have 4 favorite interests. SpongeBob is one of them. The other 3 being Those being the other three being Mario, Thomas the Tank Engine, and of course Godzilla. SpongeBob, while being the weakest character of these, yes, it's still pretty good. And there's something a lot of these other things doesn't have. It has humor. Yeah, I'm starting off with the humor. You see, these other three don't really have humor. Mario's kind of a video game, so it doesn't really have a lot of humor. Thomas does have some humor, and it's shit. In some of the newer episodes, and I'll just go. And Godzilla does have some humor, and I do kind of laugh at. And I need to rewatch some of the movies, mostly the show eras. It's kind of more a bit serious because Godzilla's more a representation of the atomic bomb. SpongeBob has the funniest humor. Some of my favorite jokes being is mayonnaise an instrument? Or future. Or, look, the balloons. Don't drop them. Yeah, this was a prison rape joke. Oh, don't drop the soap. Yeah, we already did a joke about that, so. Yeah. Or possibly might. Or hey Patrick, what? Do you know? I found someone funny in the 24. Let me hear it. 25. Yeah, I know it's not really. Don't know why people think it's funny. I really think this is funny. It's comedy gold. Best humor ever. Yeah, so SpongeBob is probably good at humor. Now let's look at. But it's not just at what it excels at. It also is very good at episodes. Let's look at some episodes. First up is SB129. Which is probably a really nice episode for Squidward and how it's a time travel episode, and it's really entertaining. And plus, SpongeGar and Patar are pretty good characters. Well, Primitive Sponge or Primitive Patrick. Yeah, they are the same. They're too different. Another episode I kind of like is the camping episode. It's a pretty good episode. Now you're probably thinking, John, how come you're only talking about the first 3 seasons episodes? Is it because you don't like them? Well, season 6 was kind of good, and season 7 not actually bad, and season 8 can go fuck itself. Yeah, season 8 my least favorite. But there are some pretty good episodes, mostly of the modern seasons. Some of those being Mustard O' Mine, hold on. The what is this episode called? The episode where SpongeBob has multiple personalities. Yeah, I couldn't remember the episode. And possibly my favorite modern episode. Hold on. My leg! Why don't I talk about that in a jokes at the part? Yeah. And what about bad episodes? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Make a top 10 list, worst episodes list after make the part 1 of the movie comes out. So yeah. And what about the specials? Well, the specials are probably some of the best are pretty cool. Some of those being Friend or Foe, Hello, well, Bikini Bottom, and possibly my favorite out of these episodes is gonna be probably SpongeBob, BC, before comedy. I want to say the full name. This is probably my favorite of the SpongeBob specials. Well, it's probably because of how funny it is and the setting. And I also like the patchy segments. They're probably my favorite in the series. And the best, probably second. Another probably good one you would everyone would know of is easily Big Birthday Blowout. It's easily the best of the modern episodes. So yeah, because it feels like the series finale. Think about it. Patrick is actually a nice person here. Squidward actually does something nice for SpongeBob. He helps by helping out with his birthday party, kinda. And also probably his Patchy finally meeting SpongeBob. Hold on, I gotta do something. Hey Mom, I'm filming a video. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have to film a video, so you have to stay here. Yep. Yeah, sorry I had to film it. Talk to someone. Anyways. Yeah, it's a pretty nice fitting into some of the character. But it's not as good as some of the other things. The movie. Which I'll talk about another time. Now let's get on to the characters. First one up, we have the main guy himself. SpongeBob himself. Now he's a pretty nice guy. While he's the weakest of the four characters I like, Godzilla being the best because of his atomic breath, how he's handled, well, in movies such as GMK and Godzilla, and also his fights and his character, just because Thomas had a nice character arc in the series from being more matured until they fucked that up in later seasons. And Mario was kind of a nice character to play as because he's the main character. Well, I feel like SpongeBob is probably the weakest out of these because of how much he's a dumbass in most episodes. Such as Smooth Jazz and Bikini Bottom or One Course Meal. But aside from those, he's pretty good. And he also has a nice character arc in the movie, which I'll talk about another time. Now we get to another character I like. The villain of the show, Plankton. Sorry, is it okay if I change settings? I'm like home alone right now, and I don't wanna. Would you guys mind if I like film outside so that way I don't feel like I'm gonna get kidnapped? No, I'm not starting an ARG. These are just so I feel safer. Yeah, I know I'm dumb that I'm going outside, so yeah, I'm gonna try to speak as loud as possible. Now, Plankton is a nice character, because he's actually kind of deserves the secret formula more than Mr. Krabs, because, yeah, well, Plankton is the bad guy of the show and try to rule the world. At least he doesn't do terrible things. Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, I gotta text my mom. Yeah, Plankton is a pretty nice character, and is pretty funny, and probably has one of the best dance moves ever.
Look, I'm just gonna go drop off all my new stuff at the bank. I'll be back at high noon to rub my victory in your face with a little dance. Wah, 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 wah. I gotta admit, he's got skills.
Comedy gold. Anyways, yeah, he's a pretty nice character, and it's a joy to watch most of the time. Even how terrible One Course Meal was, it was kind of nice to see him. Now we get to a character that isn't a lot, but I kind of really, really like. That being Patchy. Patchy is probably one of the funniest characters. He's not alone. doesn't appear a lot in SpongeBob of it anymore. Well, I mean, unless you count, like, that one conspiracy theory that Alex Bale made. But Patrick is a pretty fun character. He doesn't actually... much like my favorite character, he doesn't actually have any... A moments where I actually dislike him. And it's pretty funny. Probably the funniest he's ever been is in SpongeBob BC, where he tries to argue with Potty, and it's pretty funny. It's probably the funniest he's ever been. And another character I want to talk about before I get to my favorite character is probably Sandy. Now, Sandy's probably a nice character. Well, she doesn't have a lot of depth to her character. She's kind of nice. You don't remember that one joke I made a few while back? Remember during the first episode of Mario Friends, for those who watch it, which is, hold on, let me check. Actually, that is, previews. Yeah, I don't think I watched this. Remember that one joke I made of Sandy? With the super as fuck hell as fuck noise that everyone hates. I think you could sleep in, like, Squidward. This isn't a joke, I'm just reading who it is. Oh, think about it. Sandy? Yeah, SpongeBob, where could I sit? Well, Sandy, you can sleep in. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop. Yeah, before I die of cringe, I'm just gonna tell you guys. I kind of made this one joke in an earlier episode about Sandy just becoming a science guy person, and yeah, that's it. She doesn't really have much character depth due to, like, just being more karate person, and oh yes, karate. Oh yeah, I'm a science. I like doing nerdy stuff and smarts and yeah. But she does have some nice. She's probably the strongest character in the show, aside from SpongeBob. He could probably live like for years. He's probably immortal. And she's pretty. Well, she's not funny. She's still pretty good. Now we get to my favorite character in a minute. But first, we gotta talk about some of the worst, the other two characters I don't like. There have been some characters I don't like, such as Bumblebee and Poseidon and Squilliam. There are two characters I don't like in SpongeBob. The first being is a bit kinda somewhat painfully average controversial is Patrick. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Job, what's so bad about Patrick? Well, clearly you haven't watched Pet Sitter Pat or Stuck in the Ringer, or like I did, or Scrooge as a Bikini Bottom. On one hand, Patrick has been funny with the 24 jokes and his amazing entrance. Pretty fun. I mean, he had a bit of flanderized episodes, he became such an idiot. I know he's meant to be the dumbest person on earth, But, good God, can you not tell that Gary is starving to death, you dumbass, and pets that are pets? Or the fact that he's stuck in a ringer where he thinks he's better than everyone and saying he's smart, and I'm like, no, you're not smart, you dumb. I'm gonna ask you just got your friend stuck in a ringer with super glue. Are you just dumb? And Smooth Jazz and Bikini Bottom, he's just an asshole. Oh my God, what? Squidward, SpongeBob, why are you guys friends with this guy? I think, oh, no, not Trump, let's see, bad person history, I'm pretty sure OJ's, no, I'm gonna cancel for saying this, I'm pretty sure Glenn Quagmire is a nicer person, or serial killers. Huh?
They're towing it right now.
I'm filming a video.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my Jeep's getting pulled out. Getting taken away. Might as well say a few words to Jeep. Yeah, I'm gonna show that before I get on to the next characters. Why not? Rest in peace, Jeep. You shall be missed. You're gonna get taken away. You haven't been in much videos, but now you are. So we will miss you. So long, old chum. No, I don't want to use such a name. Mine too. Old pal, friend, code. No, I'm not using code ever since I saw that terrible Megamind versus Doom Syndicate. It's not even the. Okay, let's go back to SpongeBob. Now, back to the characters. My least favorite SpongeBob character is easily, without a doubt, probably the most hated character, or kinda, is Mr. Krabs. Now you're probably thinking, John, why would you even have him in a series if you don't like him? Well, one, he's still nice to have, and two, I don't think Mr. Krabs fans would be happy if I didn't have him. Anyways, Mr. Krabs is a pretty nice. Sorry to cough. Is easily my least favorite character of the show. Well, I don't know why, because he is such a jerk. We've all talked about one course meal to death. And we've all talked about that to hell and back. But then did we remember episodes like Food Truck? Yeah, that's the episode's name. Or how about in Krabby Land, where he just gets children literally injured? I'm not saying Krabby Land is a bad episode, but I don't like Mr. Krabs in it. Now let's get the elephant out. Yeah, it's no shocker that he's the worst character. He just has zero development. We could say, what about in the SpongeBob movie? He was nice. Yeah, it's SpongeBob Sponge on a Run. He was nice. But Mr. Krabs is such an idiot nose. And the other two, he decides to almost kill SpongeBob despite being his fry cook. I mean, wow, and has kind of a character arc. Even in the first movie, he could be a bit unlikable for hiring. I mean, Squidward decided SpongeBob. I mean, Squidward is a better person, but I feel like SpongeBob would be a better fry cook. Yeah, he's easily my least favorite character. Sorry, I can't like this character. But now let's get on to the best character, which you might know, since there's one character we haven't talked about, that being Squidward. Yeah, Squidward is easily the best SpongeBob character to how funny he is. From from his funny future lines to him and actually to I actually think he is pretty good at the clarinet. And is probably the most relatable character. Think about it. Squidward is kind of the one that's annoyed a lot, and by other people, and I can understand. I've been annoyed by a couple of people that I won't name because don't want to name someone during the video because I might get in trouble. But there is one person in my school that kind of annoys me that wears a Red Sox cap. Just saying. And what I like most about Squidward is his development. Think about it. He goes from resenting SpongeBob in most episodes to actually lighting up to him. Because in some instances, such as the third movie, and in Sponge Out of Water, and the first movie, he's actually pretty good. He has some nice art. Let's go with the first movie. He decides to have a really inspiring speech to SpongeBob to show how good he is. Despite being kind of SpongeBob saying his fly was down despite him not wearing any pants. And in the second movie, he gives SpongeBob makes him buff. Yeah, I just said that. And it says he's okay in his book. And and Squidward says he likes him and he hates him, but even though he annoys him, he really does care for him. And despite how much he annoys him, Squidward cares about SpongeBob. He's probably my second favorite character of all time. In between Godzilla and and also Tomatella. I swear I ain't a Straight Flows production flip-off. And that is why Squidward is my favorite. Oh my god. Sorry,
Bye-bye, Keith.
and that is why SpongeBob is my favorite character. Now, about the second movie, I know now Jeffrey and Junior's Adventures is gonna go through a bit different. That being, well, the name is gonna be changed from Jeffrey vs. Junior to Jeffrey Junior's Adventures to movie 2. It was Skull Island. So yeah. And that's it for this video. I'm gonna text my friend. I think he needs help. Bye. Oh yeah, rest in peace, dude. You weren't in a lot of videos, but now you're gone. So long, old friend. Yeah, I think that's about to get scrapped.